Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video to review Chelsea's first pre-season win under Frank Lampard against St Patrick's this afternoon in Dublin. And I have to say, really good first 45 minutes from Chelsea, and then the second wasn't as good, but still it was convincing. It was a comfortable afternoon for Chelsea, and I think the most interesting thing was that first 45 minutes and the formation that Frank Lampard put out, which was a diamond formation, something I don't think we've seen since maybe Di Matteo was manager. I might be wrong on that, but we haven't seen two up front, especially in a formation for Chelsea, in quite a long time. And to see both Abraham and Batshuayi getting the chance to be in the front two, I think was really exciting. Along with that, we had Kovacic, Barkley, Mason Mount and Jorginho in that midfield, an exciting and dynamic midfield as well. And we also saw the likes of David Luiz back in the team and Fikayo Tomori as well. But that first 45 minutes I thought was really electric, really good intensity. I think something that lacked, probably because of fitness, in the first game against Bohemians, we definitely had in this game, and we really took the game straight to St Patrick's, and really just, I thought just across the pitch, especially the width we had in our game, the movement we had in our game, the fluidity of it, and just players changing positions, the width of it was good. Both Emerson and Zappacosta kept on pushing forward, which allowed the likes of Mount, the likes of Jorginho, especially in midfield, to really dictate play and really help both Batshuayi and Abraham get service in the middle. And I thought standout performance in that first half, although he didn't score, which was Michy Batshuayi. Once again, I think really taking the opportunity this preseason. He looks like he wants to be that first choice striker, and he looks like someone that knows that this is his big chance. Just the same as Abraham, but I thought Batshuayi, he looks so electric on the ball. He gets the ball, he turns, he moves, his hold-up play was good, and was getting a lot of shots off. And to be fair, the St Patrick's keeper had a good day in goal, and Batshuayi did acknowledge that at half-time when they were walking off the pitch. So he was unlucky not to score himself. The first goal, though, great ball from Kovacic into Mason Mount to score. A lovely finish from Mason Mount. I'm sure Lampard would have been proud of that, because that's a goal he would have scored in his heyday. But aside from the comparisons, I thought Mason Mount actually done really well himself. Looks right at home. It is easy to look right at home against a team like St Patrick's. It's difficult, and it's hard to predict how he will look. And we're only ever going to really know with any of these players, especially the younger players, how they look when we face Manchester United, when we face a team like Barcelona in a couple of weeks in a friendly. So, but for Mount, it was a great first 45 minutes. I also thought, like Kovacic, who set up the goal, had a good first 45. Jorginho basically getting back to what he was doing. The second goal from Emerson, we were really pressing as St Patrick's back. It felt like for pretty much the majority of that first half, and Emerson, after a nice few passing combinations, just decided to strike it with his left foot, and the keeper couldn't keep it out, and it went in. And then the second half, I think, was, I wouldn't call it negative, but you see it a lot in preseason friendlies. When you change all 11 players, there is going to be a lull sometimes, and there was. I think the combination of a change in formation, because we went back to a 4-2-3-1. Also, the fact that there was a few players in that team. I'm looking at the likes of Kennedy, Bakayoko, Palmer, who I just don't think will be a part of the first team squad. I think either they're going to be loaned out or sold, in my opinion. And also, you had some young players in there as well. I think the two standout performers, I think, in that half was Billy Gilmour once again, who just looked comfortable on the ball, really dictating play, really demanding the ball, not hiding at all, and really made more experienced players in similar positions look a little silly, and made them look like this is the position I want to play in. And I think Gilmour definitely, once again, as Lampard expressed in his post-match comments, really did impress him as well. And the other player, of course, Olivier Giroud, scoring 2 goals, 2 great finishes. The first one, standard, lovely ball in from Kennedy, and a great finish from Giroud. And then the second one, right at the end, just a solo goal, really. Some poor defending has to be said, but Giroud, with his technique, with his ability, being able to find a position to have a shot on goal and round off the day. And I have to say, 4-0, very convincing. It's always hard at pre-season because it is that level of fitness and the opposition. But all you can do is take what the players are doing, look at the style of football, look at the way certain players are playing and gelling well, and how the team's working chemistry wise. I think there is a lot of positives to take. As I say, from that first half mainly, I could see that sort of bulk of that team starting for Frank again, but he may want to chop and change. We don't know what the squad's going to be now going to Japan rather than the one that went to Dublin. I'm sure there'll be some people who won't be making that trip to Japan. But as well, I think really just all round, I think it was a positive day. You know, something that excites me as well is Frank's versatility of formations. You know, as I spoke about, 2 up front and also playing 1 up front as well, and sort of changing, because he has got a big squad that he's going to cut down, I'm sure, in the coming weeks as we get closer and closer to the start of the season. But it does impress me that he's trying different things out. He isn't set on one thing. He's clearly looking at his squad and he's sort of thinking, how can I really embed what I want to do, but also with the playing staff I have and the attributes of the players that I do have. The interesting thing thinking about it is 2 up front, if he was to stick with that, because it worked well today, how will that impact the likes of Willian, Pedro and Pulisic, and of course Hudson-Odoi? If that would be our sort of standard formation, how would it impact them? Would be interesting to see. But as I say, early days. It's only the second preseason friendly, and as Lampard expressed, it's good to win, but it still is about fitness. And we move on now to, of course, Japan. We play Kawasaki on Friday morning here time. I think it's 11 for people in the UK. And then Barcelona, and then I feel like we return to play Reading, and then Salzburg and Mönchengladbach will round off pre-season. So there's still a lot of games to go, still a lot of time for Lampard to experiment with this squad, and still players to come back. The likes of N'Golo Kante, of course, didn't feature today, so, and of course Kepa as well. So we'll see them start to get integrated hopefully in the coming days. But yeah, let me know your guys' opinions on the victory today. Who were your standout performers? Who didn't impress you? What did you think of the formation? And what do you feel about preseason going forward? So thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.